Trump's meme coin under attack, cryptocurrency under a full out attack, a bloodbath the last 3 weeks. Or is this an amazing, amazing opportunity? I'm going to give you the glass half full. What I see all over social media is absolute panic, absolute chaos. And what that clearly tells me is that people are asking what to invest in and not why they're investing in something. When you know why you're invested in something and you're really deep in it and you understand it at a very deep level, this is where you get wealthy. This is where you build financial freedom. The red is absolutely our friend. You don't build wealth when everybody's running in to get rich quick. You're selling calmly on the way up and your dollar cost averaging in these red markets on the way down to decrease your dollar cost average. So take a deep breath with me. Do it. If you don't know why you're invested in something, you should not get into any market. Okay. But this is not our grandparents' economy. This is not even our parents' economy. We are heading into a brand new economy. And what we are invested in is the new infrastructural change of our financial system. The meme coin casino, we know, got exposed. And I know meme coin people promoting that say, well, you knew what you're getting into. Well, people don't. They don't know what they're getting into. They just see get rich quick and they get liquidated. And it sucks because people aren't spending 9 hours a day researching this. They're trying to get ahead in life. The middle class has to make $150,000 a year just to be middle class. So, of course, when someone sees a shiny penny, they see a way out, they go for it. But that's not how wealth is built. Wealth is built patient, persistence, discipline, and doing the opposite. When it's collapsing and you know what you're invested in, you buy the dip. When everybody's rushing in, trying to get rich quick, you calmly exit on the way up. And if you're in a very volatile asset like crypto, pull a little bit off the table, bring it down the risk pyramid, put some in some tier one capital. I like cash value life insurance, maybe some precious metals. As you go up the risk pyramid a little bit, maybe some real estate, right? I got some dividend ETF stocks. I reallocate back into Bitcoin and XRP and I remove the volatility. But number one is being stoic. Number two is taking the middle ground and making your decisions from the void. What does that mean? When someone comes to you with an investment, I got the best thing ever, take a deep breath, use the pause technique, wait 24 hours. And if it is not there, if the opportunity is not there, it was not meant for you. Wealth is not made quickly. So you're very early in the long term. Right now, this is an amazing buying opportunity. Now, I'm not telling you what to buy. What I'm here to tell you is how the game works. Observe nature at a very deep level, and you will understand how these markets work, and you'll do very well. Try to find me something in nature that's in a straight line. Everything in nature has a wave to it. Okay. If your emotions look like this, like the stock market, you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. When you start to bring your emotions here, when it dips, you calmly buy. When it goes up, you pull off and you build the storehouse. There's going to be periods of peace and prosperity, and there's going to be periods of absolute fucking chaos. And when you learn to be calm in the absolute fucking chaos, you will win 100% of the time. Observe the messages. Are they disciplined? Are they consistent? Can you measure them? Or is the narrative constantly changing and like a leaf in the wind? You are not a leaf in the wind. You are an oak tree for your family. Get that foundation deep. Get those roots deep into the ground. Start to water the ground. Till the ground every single day. And just like an oak tree, when the storm comes, it's going to bend a little bit, but it won't break. So what am I doing during these times? Is I'm celebrating. I'm buying. I'm calmly buying on the way down because I know what I hold. My top two holdings are XRP, Bitcoin. Let me go through my top holdings for you guys here. Okay. I was going to go over a bunch of stuff, but this is going to be my message today. And this is for people who, if you're new to my channel, you'll see all the different education things that I do here. But I think this is important to talk about. So my top holdings are, and this is not financial advice, I'm just sharing with you guys my holdings, and I'm going to share with you why I'm invested in them. How about that? Not what to invest in, why I'm invested in them. XRP is number one. Bitcoin, number two. HBAR, number three. VeChain, number four. XLM, number five. And number six is Solana. Those are my top six. And I have many other cryptocurrencies. Those top six, based on my paradigm and my research, I believe are going to be here when all the dust settles. I don't play games with my money. I don't try to get rich quick. I'm very consistent. I'm very disciplined with my message, my investments. I'm also heavily diversified outside of crypto. If cryptocurrency comes collapsing down, I can hold the line. Because when I profited from 2020 to 2022, I took that profit, I built cash generating assets, businesses, and ecosystems that allowed my family to become financially free. We took the financial freedom and we put it right back into the asset classes, richest man in Babylon. Okay. So, number one, XRP. I understand XRP at a very, very deep level. I'm an ex banker. I went to CBA Executive Banking School. You learn how to scale banks from the ground up. When I first got introduced to XRP, I was like, holy shit, why aren't banks using this? And I found out banks, it's in Ripple's patent or Bank of America's patent. Then I started to go deep down the rabbit hole and I understood the infrastructural change in the financial system. So nobody's going to FUD me out of XRP. BTC. When I started to do my deep research and my own understanding, BTC was created in 2009. 94% of this, as we sit today, was created in 2009 when BRICS was created. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa was working to de-dollarize. And then all of a sudden, all these bankers, biggest bankers in the world, were telling us to run as fast as we could from it. Your financial advisor told you to run from it. Jamie Dimon told you it's a use for money laundering. Larry Fink told you it's used for money laundering. At the same time, JP Morgan was creating their own blockchain technology. And around 2023, BlackRock flipped and told us it's a flight to quality. And now they're the number two holders in Bitcoin through their ETF. They're also one of the top three holders in MicroStrategies, which is now Strategy B, which is a Bitcoin company, went from a software company to a Bitcoin treasury. And Michael Saylor, one thing I was going to show you today, is hanging out in Washington. Cynthia Loomis is creating the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. They created a sovereign wealth fund where Howard Lutnick is in charge of that, who's going to be a Bitcoin billionaire this year. They're going to go into Fort Knox. There's probably not going to be all the gold, but Bitcoin is digital gold. 94% of the supply is gone. 6% is left. They're going to mine it for another 116 years, I think. Based on RFK's plan, he said they want to buy 500 per day. There's only 450 that's mined. So you got something that 94% of the supply is gone, 6% is left. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in the world, and there's 8 billion people in the world. And they want to buy about 500 Bitcoin a day. You have countries like El Salvador that are now sovereign because of their Bitcoin sovereignty. Okay. Then we got HBAR, these decentralized applications, right? We're heading into a DeFi state. So you got, things like, which would be decentralized applications or infrastructure. You more, let's call it infrastructure, right? You have Ethereum, you got Solana, you have HBAR. I believe HBAR is going to be a big part of the system. I'm a business owner. I understand infrastructure and systems. Okay. HBAR, I'm a big fan of HBAR. VeChain, supply chain management. Okay. I love supply chain. I own 6 companies in information, technology, attention, financial services, and education. We love supply chain. We love to get things. I'm obsessed with understanding efficiency, becoming more efficient, becoming more disciplined, consistent, looking at efficiencies within our companies. And VeChain, I love the CEO of VeChain. The guy is a beast. He's traveling. Long time when I researched it, but the guy was traveling like 278 days a year, promoting VeChain, right? It's all about supply chain management. So when money moves at the speed of light, like XRP, did I say XLM? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about XLM in a moment. When supply chain moves at the speed of light, money needs to move at the speed of light, just like ISO messaging is going to move at the speed of light. Everything's moving. There's crypto's not going anywhere, guys. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. XRP is not going anywhere. You're seeing an infrastructural change, and what you're seeing is market manipulation right now. They know that crypto is the future. And so they want to buy these at a very, very deep price. And remember, Bitcoin drives the market. That's why you're seeing a massive pullback in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to zero, like all these crazy people are saying, the whole market collapses. Bitcoin is 60% of the market right now. If Bitcoin collapses, crypto is done, right? Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Okay. XLM, faster payments. Jed McKillop left Ripple, the company, to start XLM, right? You have XRP payment token, XLM payment token. The way I look at it, XRP is more for commercial, the banks, and XLM is more for consumer. That's a simple way to look at it, right? Same mechanism. And then Solana, decentralized applications, right? I got into Solana kind of late, and I'm very grateful for this dip right now. I've been dollar cost averaging in, but I closed out of almost all of my ETH into Solana, and I have a little bit left for our company. I think that we're going to be selling out of, and here we are. Those are my top 6. I have others like ADA, Near, CRO. I have some Doge and some Sheep from a long time ago. QNT, Algorand, Link. But the reason why I bring that up is because, again, I share that stuff with you, and then people are like, well, I'm going to go invest in that. No, you shouldn't do that until you understand. That's why nobody, no comment, no message, no person can FUD me out of my crypto. And these red markets make me very, very excited because I know what I hold. So here's what I want to leave you with, is I want you to do this with me, okay? My channel is not about get rich quick. We have real companies. We're building real infrastructure, financial services. Like, we're about building generational wealth, okay? But I want you to do this with me. I want you to sit down with your family this weekend. And if you're single, sit down with a friend or sit down by yourself. And I want you to get out a piece of paper, okay? And I want you to look at your debts and non-negotiables. First thing you're going to do, first step, debts and non-negotiables. I want you to start running your family like a business, okay? What are your debts and non-negotiables? For example, my CFO meets with us every single Monday. We go over our financials, right? We look at our debts, non-negotiables. We look at our profit margins. He runs about a 20% profit margin. We have a Bitcoin treasury, an XRP treasury. We're putting some of those profits in there. We look at our financials. We see where we're at. Well, you're going to do that as a person. And you're going to look at how much debt you have. And then you're going to look at your income, okay? You're going to run it like a business. Now, sometimes people have more debt than they have income, okay? So you have as a business, you're in negative profit, okay? That's okay. We have a gap that we need to fill, right? So after that, you look at the gap, okay? So I have more output than I have input, more coming into so now you're a non-profitable business. So your job as the head of the household is to make sure your business is profitable, okay? So in Americans, what we teach people is we teach people to save after they spend, when we should be saving and then spending what we have left, okay? So the first thing you're doing is how much income do you have and how much output do you have, okay? If you're negative, you're a negative company. If you're positive, fantastic, okay? Then what we're gonna look at next is debts and non-negotiables. We're gonna bring our debts down to non-negotiables, okay? If you have 2 cars sitting in your parking lot, you can get rid of 2 if you want to and go down to a hoopty. If you can you don't need 2 car payments, okay? If you can get out of one of those car payments, okay, now you're freeing up, right? So maybe you're not profitable and now you freed up 1 car payment, boom, now you're profitable. But what we're not going to do is what most Americans do is when we make more money, we buy more stuff. Now we're going to take this money and we're going to start to look at investment strategies. You're going to start to study at a very, very deep level the capital markets. You can study crypto, stock market, dividend ETFs. You can look at all kinds of different things, but start to educate yourself. And then every time you get paid now, you're going to pay yourself first. You should always be the first person to get paid. Okay. From there, what's left, you're going to start spending. Okay. That's where you spend. You're going to cut your expenses down. And then from there, when you start profiting from these assets and you build an exit plan, when you exit, make sure you start to get that debt paid off. We want to become debt free. From there, you start to look at things like cash value life insurance for protection, compounding, growing. You can get into precious metals. That's how I started. And what I did is I started to create a gap in between debts and non-negotiables in my income. So as I started to create more companies, more ecosystems, as I made more money, I didn't buy more stuff like my old self. My old self, when I was an executive, I never made no more fucking money. As an executive, when I was a banker, I got the house, right? Then I became a manager and I got the BMW in the house because everybody had BMWs. By the time I was a VP, I never made more money. I had a bunch more shit. I had 2 cars in the parking lot. I had big ass house by a golf course. I had all this shit. Every time I got paid more, I bought more. But my new wise self, when I finally grew up, is what I started to do is as I made more money, I started with investing 10% of my income and then 20% of my income. And as I made more money, I about, salary wise, my original salary, I'm now investing 130% of my original salary. Because as my income went up, I didn't buy more stuff. I kept my expenses the same and I invested. Okay. So 2022, 2023, 2024, I pumped it in there. And then we went through the big profit in 2024. I pulled some off the table. And then and then we just you see what I'm saying? We're keeping this cycle going. So right now is a great opportunity for you to really dial in. The key to this, though, is to become stoic. You got to get your emotions out of this, guys. You got to stay away from the get rich quick channels. I'm telling you, it's disheartening. It really is. It sucks because it's like people are sitting there and they're working so hard and they see a pathway out. It's like, my buddy just got rich off this coin. And it's like, and then you go rushing in. If you've heard about it by your buddy or Twitter, you're too late. You're too late. Okay. But that's not how wealth is built. You may as well just go throw your money into a casino. Okay. Now, if you're getting into those types of things and you know that all of them are going to go to zero, the meme coins, if you know you're just gambling, that's a big difference. If you got someone who's a multimillionaire and throwing in $1 million, that's a whole different story. That $1 million doesn't hurt them. But somebody who has you saw the guy that committed suicide on Twitter. We got to stop this, okay? We have to understand what this is. It's an infrastructural change in our financial system. So I'll leave you with this. The reason why you're emotional is because you're asking what to invest in. The reason why our warriors are stoic and calm is because we know why we're investing. And that is the biggest difference. Okay. So get disciplined, get consistent. Don't change your message and narrative every time Max Payne comes in. Stick with your plan. And if you create a plan and you stick with it, you're going to do very, very well in these markets. Okay. For me, this is my foundation. God. I honor God in everything I do. Family. That's next. My family. I'm all about making good decisions, making sure I protect my family. Next is my ecosystem. That includes you guys. Every decision I make, every action I make, every thought is always in alignment with the greater good for my community. Okay. So we got God, family. I protect my ecosystem at all costs based on my decisions, my actions, my behaviors, and I stay out of other men and women's business because I'm too busy working on mine. And I live a simple life. I have everything I need. I have food, I have shelter, a beautiful family. I have great humans like you in my life, and I got God on my side. All the nice things will come, family. You can get all the nice things. We'll have all that stuff, And those are just things. It's just dopamine. There's nothing wrong with having the nice cars and the nice house. But God damn it, we don't buy those things until our family is secure. We don't buy those things until the debts and non-negotiables are in a line. We don't buy those things with our family's future money. We buy it with assets. We let assets pay for liabilities. So learn the game so you don't get played. Study Richest Man in Babylon. Study Think and Grow Rich. Study the cash flow quadrant. Study Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Study Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Understand how the money game works. Read Creature of Jekyll Island. Becoming Your Own Banker. These were all concepts that I learned through knowledge, and then I turned them into wisdom by practically applying them to my life. Remember, knowledge without wisdom is destructive, and knowledge is not power until it's enacted upon. So I didn't plan on doing that rant there. I was going to go over a bunch of news today, but I just feel that it's something that was important to speak from my heart to yours. You're going to be all right, man. It's going to be okay. Don't get attached to this shit. Get attached to God, your family. You are already the richest man or woman in the world. You're already wealthy. You're already healthy. There's nothing to chase. Don't chase the markets. Let them come to you. So I love you guys with all my heart. I really, really do. Huge warning. I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. I do not have a trading platform. I don't have a crypto platform. Never, ever, ever send anybody money pretending to be me. What I do have for you is resources. Okay. First of all, if you go on this channel in the playlist, I have a whole free education section, right? We're working every week to put new videos in there, show you exactly my game plan, exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Now, if you need additional support and you want to be part of my community, we have a community of 10,000 warriors since 2020. There's 2,100 active people in there every single day working together. For example, everybody's panicking. Our team member Gonzo's in there and keeping people calm and showing them what's actually happening. Education, live calls, market calls, community calls. I run calls. It's the greatest community ever to keep you calm, keep you focused, and keep you on track. So down below, you'll see the 3T Warrior Academy. You'll see the Coach Shaving Academy in my bio. On the other side, completely separate, I get hundreds of messages on how I use cash value life insurance. I bank on myself. What I do may not work for you. So I created a resource so you can talk to somebody personally, one of my staff members personally. I staffed up all 50 states. Okay. It's a needs assessment. Fill it out as detailed as possible. What I do may not work for you. So we're going to find out what your needs are. But remember this, my team members will never ask you to send money. We do not have an investment platform. We do not have a trading platform for crypto. Okay. Those are all scammers. They're going to do a full needs assessment with you, retirement strategy, take a look at your needs, and we can help you through that path. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, Warriors, let's get your shit together. I really appreciate you guys. Love you.